Welcome back to online classes. Dear students, I'm going to discuss with Indian Penal Code. Okay. So, under the topic of wrongful restraint and wrongful confinement. Wrongful restraint, wrongful confinement. Under section 339 to section 348. Okay. Now, we are discussing about section 339. What is that? Wrongful restraint. Section 339 of IPC dealing with wrongful restraint. Okay, it explained that whoever voluntarily obstructs any person so has to prevent that person from proceeding in any direction in which that person has a right to proceed is said wrongly to restrain that person. Example with explanation: the obstruction of a private way over land or water which a person in good faith believes himself to have a lawful right to obstruct is not an offense within the meaning of this section. Okay, I will give you illustrations regarding this section. Here A is a person. A obstructs a path along which Z has a right to pass. A obstructs a path means way, along which Z has a right to pass. A not believing in good faith that he has a right to stop the path. Z is thereby prevented from passing. A wrongfully restrains Z. Okay, as per my comments, wrongful restraint means the keeping a man out of a place where he wishes to be and has a right to be. Okay, the slightest unlawful obstruction to the liberty of subject to go when and where he likes to go, provided he does so in a lawful manner, cannot be justified and is punishable under this section. Okay, what are the ingredients need to be fulfilled in this section? Number 1, voluntarily obstruction of a person. Number 2, the obstruction must be such as to prevent that person from proceeding in any direction in which he has the right to proceed. The word voluntary is significant. It connotes that obstruction should be direct. The obstruction must be a restriction on the normal movement of a person. It should be a physical one. Okay, they should have common intention to cause obstruction. Okay, I will give you following illustration given in the original draft this penal code. Okay, further elucidate how the meaning of this section. Number 1, a builds. Okay, here a builds a wall across a path. A means A. Okay, A builds a wall across a path along which Z has a right to pass. Z is thereby prevented from passing. A wrongfully restrained Z. This number 1 illustration. Okay, and number 2, A illegally omits to take proper order with a furious buffalo which is in his possession and thus voluntarily deters Z from passing along a road along which Z has a right to pass. Now A wrongfully restrains Z. The third illustration, here A is a person. A threats to set a savage dog, okay, savage dog at Z. If Z goes along a path along which Z has a right to go, Z is thus prevented from going along that path. A wrongfully restrains Z. Now it's clear? Okay. The last illustration. If the dog is not really savage, but if A voluntarily causes Z to think that it is savage and thereby prevents Z from going along the path, A wrongfully restrains Z. Okay. From this illustration, it will appear that a person may obstruct another by causing it to appear to that other that it is impossible, difficult, or dangerous to proceed, as well as causing it actually to be impossible. Okay, difficult or dangerous for that other to proceed. For the offense of wrongful restraint, the necessary precondition is that the person concerned must have a right to proceed. It is an inevitable factor under section 339 of the Indian Penal Code, which defines wrongful restraint, that the person who is obstructed has the right to proceed in a particular direction. If section 339 and section 31 of IPC are read together, it will be clear that if the accused voluntarily obstructs any person so as to prevent that person from proceeding in any direction in which that the person has right to proceed, he is said to have wrongfully restrained that person. Section 339 of IPC requires that the accused should have obstructed a person from proceeding in any direction in which he has right to proceed, and when he obstruct any person and restrain him from proceeding in any direction, he commits the offense of wrongful restraint, punishable under section 341 of the IPC. Okay. And another point of view, whoever obstructs a person from proceeding to a direction to which that person has a right to proceed commits an offense of wrongful restraint. Okay. While dealing with the offense which is punishable under section 341 of IPC and which has been defined by section 339 of IPC, the court is obliged to see the following ingredients. What are the following ingredients here? Number one, where the person so obstructed had a lawful right to proceed to a direction to which he has been obstructed. Number 2 point, where such obstruction was for enforcement of a legal right of the obstructor. Number 3rd point, whether such obstructor obstructed such a person in good faith, it has to be kept in mind that nothing can be said to be done in good faith which is not done with due care and caution. If these ingredients are indicated by the complainant, the magistrate is obliged to take cognizance of the complaint so presented before him, unless there are the other grounds for acting otherwise, which has to be justified by reason recorded in writing. Okay. And another point of view, where the tenant, this example, where the tenant and his family members were prevented by some other tenants in league with the landlord from using the main gate by force and abuses. What is that? In the situation, this case before the court observed that it was utterly wrong to have dismissed the complaint as a matter of civil nature. Okay. If any civil dispute, to file before the civil court, not criminal court. Okay. And another point of view, similar in this section, obstruction contemplated by this section, though physical, may be caused not only by physical force but also by menace and threats. The criterion of the offense, the criterion of the offense thereunder or under section 341 of IPC being more the effect than the method. Okay, the fact of physical obstruction even by mere words would fall within the ambit of this section. Okay students, I will give you few examples of this case, the wrongful restraint. Okay, in this part here, where the accused, a boy of 15 years, caught hold of a man from the back to enable the main accused, his brother, to attack. It was held that common intention of murder could not be inferred. Accordingly, his conviction from under section 302 and read with 34 was converted to one under section 340. Okay. And another point of view, example, on the day of Ramzan, the complainant and respondent number 1, complainant means petitioner, respondent means opposite party number 1, alleged that the petitioners locked the mosque and the respondents, who were members of Muslims community residing in Harkul Budrug, okay, could not offer namaz on that day on account of the locking of said mosque by the petitioners. Here offence is clearly made out and petition dismissed. Okay students, we go to section 340. What is that? Section 340. What is that section 340? Okay, before we are saying 340, I will give you section 341 of IPC, because this is a punishment for wrongful restraint. Okay, punishment for wrongful restraint. So section 341 explain, whoever wrongfully restrains any person shall be punished with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 1 month, or with fine which may extend to 500 rupees, or with both. Okay, my comments is, in this section, the only allegation relating to section 341 is that accused stood in front of victim in such a manner that she had to move backward. From such act alone, it cannot be said that he wrongfully restrained, as within the meaning of section 339 IPC, to make him liable under section 341 of IPC. Okay, here the accused appellant means is appealing to the appellate court, Supreme Court. Now the appellant caught the victim from behind, pushed her on ground, removed her panty, P-A-N-T-Y, panty, and made an attempt to rape. Evidence of victim is found consistent. She specifically stated that upon getting opportunity, she kicked in testicles of accused and escaped from place of occurrence. In this above case, conviction under section 341 of IPC and section 511 of 376 is upheld. Okay, that's all. We'll go to another section and another subtitle, same title but subtitle. Section 340 of Indian Penal Code. What is that? Okay student, section 340 we'll discuss with the next class. We'll meet you again. See you.